Omagena tamarandasya gananjana salakaya chakshmatam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Of my respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, to my beloved Diksha Guru, Siksha Guru, Param Gurus, to our Guru Vaga, as Srila Krishna's Kaviraj has stated, Chotabada Bhakti Gana Vandanam Sri Charan. I bow down, Vandanam, I bow down to the lotus feet, Charan, of all Vaishnavas, whether Chota or Bada, whether neophyte, meaning beginning devotees, Kanishta Bhaktas, or Bada, Chota Bada Bhakti Gana. Chota small, or Bada big. My first deities were called Chota Hari, Chota Gauranatai. So I bow down to all the Vaishnavas. Within ISKCON, all the Vaishnavas outside ISKCON, all the Vaishnavas in between, all the Vaishnavas that have come in the past and assisted Srila Bhaktivedanta to preach, and all the Vaishnavas that are going to come in the future due to this Prem Yuga, or this golden age within the Kali Yuga. Is very, very important to appreciate. So we must appreciate the Vaishnavas. We must appreciate Prasad. We must appreciate the deities. Sometimes we live near the deities, 10 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour, but we don't visit because of politics, because it's too much effort, or we're too lazy. So we should take darshan of deity, take darshan of Bhagavad Gita, take darshan of the holy name, Prasad, and especially when senior Vaishnavas come, we should make the effort to hear them. Sannyasis, senior ladies, we should make that determined effort. As Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has stated, you hear Hari Katha and good fortune comes. But you hear Hari Katha from the lips of the Vaishnava, then that good fortune comes quicker, sooner, more forceful, stronger. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this in the Jaiva Dhamma. So I'm continuing with reading from this book. We're on page 80, and it is called Attachment to Srila Prabhupada. So I've quoted now Adi Leela 120. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, and the personality of Godhead, I have invoked their benediction. So, Adi Leela, chapter 1, text 20. Manglacharam, Tina Smaranam. Tina, just remember these three. Remember Guru, remember Vaishnav, remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I memorized these verses. Yan Smaranam, Hoi Chaitanya Charan. Yan Smaranam, simply remembering, you get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Then again, the same, Yan Smaranam, Vigna Vinasanam. Simply by remembering these three, or two, or one, Vigna Vinasanam. Vigna means obstacles are removed. And then my favorite, I think, again, Yanha Hoite Vigna, Yanha Hoite Vinasa. Simply by remembering, all desires are fulfilled. All desires are fulfilled. And the interesting point is that you simply have to remember them. In other words, Guru, Param Guru, Siksha Guru, Krishna, is not that they have to do something special to you. You simply remember them and good fortune comes. Yan smaranam poi. I forget that word, poi, P-A-I. P-A-I means to obtain or something that comes. Yan smaranam poi, vanchita param. All desires are fulfilled. So this is Krishna's Kaviraj's blessings. So I'll read again. In the beginning of this narration, simply by remembering, and then 3, the spiritual master, the devotees of the Lord, the personality of Godhead, I've invoked, I've caused their benediction. This is how powerful bhakti is. Sometimes Vaishnavas say, please bless me, please think of me. But all you have to do is Mangala Charanam, to create auspiciousness, is think of them. And that alone, Yan Smaranam, Smaranam, you know that word, it means to think, to remember, to recollect, to meditate. Yan Smaranam Poi Chaitanya Charan. You get mercy of Chaitanya, obstacles are removed, and all your desires are fulfilled. Continuing what I'm writing, in the same way, simply by thinking, remembering, and meditating on Srila Prabhupada, one can automatically invoke his benediction. So that I've just said. Which will remove all difficulties on the progress on the path of advancement in Krishna consciousness. Remembrance will develop when a devotee is sufficiently attached to the object of his remembrance. Now, this is an important point. Rupa Goswami clarifies this. We use the word become absorbed in the name, become absorbed in the Lord's pastimes, become absorbed in Harikatha. But prior to becoming absorbed, you don't just become absorbed, is you become attached. So the first emphasis is to become attached to the Lord's holy name. The pastimes of Gaur Leela, Radha and Krishna, you become attached to Vrindavan, Radhakund, Shyamakund, Sevakund. From that attachment, you become absorbed. It's not you become absorbed and then you become attached. And this is confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita, CC Adi 3111 purport. Unless a devotee develops transcendental love for the Lord, that means attachment, it is not possible for him to always think of the Lord within his heart. And that means to become absorbed. So first we have to develop attachment to Srila Prabhupada, this feeling of attachment or possessiveness. Very nice word, possessiveness, mamita. Mamita means possessiveness. Will come from our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. Gratitude is appreciation for what Srila Prabhupada has done for us in the past, what he is doing for us presently, and what he will be doing for us in the future. That was written 12th of November, 1998, Dubai Airport Hotel of all places. So, trying to think of the verse, Aparama, just it'll come in a minute. But first you become attached, and then you become absorbed. So what will help us to become attached? Appreciation. How lucky I am. What good fortune has come my way. I'm a solitary jiva wandering around in this material world. Somehow or other I've taken human form, Ukraine, India, Australia, South Africa. So now I'm a human being, and somehow or other by good fortune I have interest in genuine bona fide spiritual life. So appreciate that. Realize how lucky you are. Don't become depressed. Don't allow the tricks of Maya to deceive you into paranoia, depression, anxiety. So now here's a type of prayer, but a poem written 1997, New Jersey, USA, the only time I ever went in this lifetime to America. And it's entitled Prayer to Give Up Attachments. Too much attachment is the cause of distress. Krishna is showing me that I'm not as advanced as I think. If I could give up my material attachments, some relief will come. What am I attached to? Followers, servants, prestige, and honor. Krishna, kindly take these away, but I am tenaciously hanging on. Please, my dear Lord, give me some direction. I am not sincere nor intelligent. Inspire me to see my shortcomings. Direct me to understand my actual position in Krishna consciousness. What is the use of pretending? I am only fooling myself. So that verse I forgot has come to me. Parama avista. And again, it's gone. But it's the standard verse. Rupa Goswami writes about the stage of bhav. So attachment will always be there. We cannot kill attachment. It is a characteristic of the soul. But very simply, we transfer that attachment to Krishna, Tadiya, paraphernalia of Krishna. For instance, instead of becoming attached to where you were born, for me, Oxford, England, you become attached to Vrindavan and Mayapur. It's quite easy. It's not difficult. Become attached to Radhakund, Sevakund. You've transferred your attachment. Instead of becoming attached to eating terrible things like fish, cod, and other foods that I can't say, become attached to prasadam, samosas, kachoris, jalebi, sweet rice, basmati rice. That's quite easy also, because if you like to eat, and prasadam is so nice. Instead of becoming attached to non-devotees, become attached to Vaishnavas. One of the characteristics of a Vaishnava is they give up the attachment to non-devotees. Now you may ask, I have a job, I have a boss, there are people who work under me, I'm a salesman, I have to associate with non-devotees. I have family members who are non-devotees, and I can't talk to them about Krishna because they get angry. So that's different. Of your own volition, of your own choice, you're not associating. But due to social circumstances, for instance, you're invited to a wedding, some family member, they don't talk about Krishna, but you're obliged to go to social convention. Now that's different. But if of your own choice, you seek out the association of non-devotees, this is not good and it is not anukul, it is not healthy. Rather, you should seek out the association of the Vaishnavas. So we become attached. We give up the bad attachments and we develop good attachments. Every sane man knows that attachment to the material is the greatest bondage of a bondage. But when that same attachment is transferred to devotees of the Lord, it opens the doors of liberation. Moksha dwaram upavritam. Moksha, liberation. It opens the doors. So Krishna consciousness simply means transferring the attachment to Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas, unto our Guru Varga, Vishwanath Baladev, Bhakti Vinod, unto Srila Prabhupada himself, and then his sincere followers, his sincere disciples, grand disciples, etc. So the process is very simple. So please chant Krishna's holy name. Sometimes you may have to push yourself. In the beginning, when there's mental turbulence, when there's a lot happening around you, like COVID, politics, bad health, some force is required. That is all right. When you're a young child, you do not want to study and go to do your homework, but you force. So some force is required. But gradually, it becomes natural. One nice example Prabhupada gives in Chaitanya Charitamrita is learning how to type. First, it is one finger, and that goes on for some months, and then faster and faster, then eventually touch type. And then you can type without even looking. You may actually be looking at someone else or talking. So Prabhupada uses that when he defines spontaneous devotional service. But that example can also be used in the practice of Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. We have to practice. And to conclude, I can give another example. 1967, Prabhupada is going on morning walk. So this would be San Francisco. And one lady disciple, he asks, "Are you chanting Hare Krishna?" And the lady disciple says, "Sometimes, but sometimes not." So Prabhupada says, "You must practice." And then as he's saying that, a jogger or someone who is running passes him. And Prabhupada immediately uses that as an example and says, as this man is practicing to run, you must also practice the chanting. You can't start running straight away. You have to practice. And they say, the English saying, practice makes perfect. So force yourself. That's all right, good, it's healthy. And then some real attraction will come. That's ruchi. And then ashakti will come. And the stage of bhav. Shuddha sattva will descend. And then you can't stop chanting. Even if you try to stop chanting, the mind continues to chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gau Premanandi, Hare Hare Bo. Nantakut Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai.